Good morning, everyone. Call the meeting of the Marshall County Fiscal Court to order on Tuesday, August the 25th, 2015. We've got a pretty short agenda this morning. I don't think we'll be here very long. Wendy Baxter, you are first on our guest list.
Morning. I have two different things this morning. First of all of the commissioners should have either gotten an email from me or from Mel about expanded jurisdiction. I gave the judge a final copy of that yesterday. All 4 signatures are on it. It is complete, and we can proceed with our residential and commercial programs as we want to. So we've got a building board, and Bill Gibson's our chairperson, and so everything is starting to move, and we will start doing some public education and those sort of things on the awareness of residential building. So, but after a good 2 years, we finally have completed that project. So that was good. Also, everybody should have Family Week flyers, and that starts September the 6th. We'll go through September the 12th. And so if you will distribute those and put them up, and I have a bigger copy here if anybody else wants them. So we'll have a full week of activities as usual. And then September 12th will be Family Day in the park. We'll have a fun run that morning that Team Kentucky Lake is actually going to host for us. And then EMS Day will take place on the 12th, and then we will have refreshments and games and things like that for the kids. So everything is moving right along, and we're good. So
Very good. Thank you for everything you do on that Family Week. We appreciate it.
Not timed.
not timed, but we aren't doing color this year. There is going to be a timer, but it's not. It's an obstacle race, so.
Not gonna have a winner.
Well, someone will win. Whoever goes through first wins. You still win.
You can time yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah, you can time
I'm just
yourself.
deciding if I want to run. I mean, there's not gonna be a winner. There's not gonna be.
Yeah, if you go through first, you're the winner.
Okay.
There will be a man's first prize and a woman first prize and a youth first prize, but you will get wet. So you need to decide if you want to run through water obstacles. I think is maybe more than being timed. Okay. So, thanks, Teresa.
Thank you, Wendy. Appreciate everything you do on Family Week, as I said, and I appreciate everything you did amongst all the people that helped you on the interlocal agreement and the expanded jurisdiction. I'm so glad that is finally in place and running. We appreciate it. Thank you. All right, next is correspondence. We have a letter from the Transportation Cabinet. We got a letter from the Transportation Cabinet regarding posting of information about bridges. This was sent to me. It says, "Dear Judge Miller, the federal government is requiring that all bridges analyzed below 40 tons gross have posting signs in place. The actual tonnage will be determined by our bridge preservation analysis staff in Frankfort. All bridges posted 18 tons and above, signs will be provided by the State Highway Department for the first round of each bridge. Any missing signs or faded signs after that will be the responsibility of the county government. Any bridge that falls below 18 tons still remains the responsibility of the county government to load post. The subject bridge was reviewed by our bridge preservation analysis staff in Frankfort. It has been determined based on rating of the superstructure with the addition of the 2-inch asphalt overlay. The following posting is recommended: 079C 00096N, Old Calvert City Road, CR 1825, over White Oak Creek, 33 tons gross. Signs for the subject bridge along with a location map and work order has already been delivered to your county road department on August 10, 2015. If you have any questions, please contact this office." And this is, if you would like to look at this map, look over any of the information, it's strictly for your information. That is all of our correspondence for today. We go on to old business. You have received a copy of the minutes. I hope you've had a chance to look them over. I would I would entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes, Judge.
Motion is made. Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do I need to re-say that to say there were two sets of minutes?
Move that both be approved, Judge.
All right, is there a second? Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. I'm so sorry, I forgot we did have two sets. We had two different meetings. We'll move on to new business, and I have a this is the PVA appropriation for fiscal year 2015/2016. This says, in regard to our final county appropriation to the Property Evaluation Administrator, fiscal year 2015/2016, dear Judge Miller, KRS 132.5909 requires each county fiscal court to annually appropriate and pay to the Office of the Property Valuation Administrator, the PVA, funds sufficient to cover the county's use of the property assessments. The amount to be paid is determined according to the formula established in KRS 132.5909 and in accordance with the limitations established in KRS 132.59010. In a letter dated March 25, 2015, the Finance Cabinet PVA Administrative Support Branch advised you of the estimated appropriation for fiscal year 2015/2016. The January 1, 2015 assessment of property subject to tax has now been certified for your county. Based upon the certified assessment, an amount of $78,500 should be appropriated and paid to the Property Evaluation Administrator's Office for fiscal year 2015/2016 in accordance with the statutes referenced above. The amount represents a zero decrease in the amount estimated in our letter of March 25, 2015. The appropriation and statutory authorities are as follows. 2015-2016 statutory appropriation per KRS 132.590, 11 and 12, $75,000. Inspection period advertisement per KRS 133.0452, $400. Annual education conference per KRS 131.1404, $300. Telephone appropriation, if paid by PVA OAG 85-57, $2,800. Subtotal being $78,500. And it said add June 30th, 2015 outstanding balance. There is nothing there. So I'm assuming
It
that
is.
78,500 is the total.
It is 78,500, and that's been the same amount for several years now, and that amount has already been paid to the PVA and taken care of.
So this is for your information. There's no
No,
acceptance for
it's in the
approval.
budget.
All right. Thank you. Gentlemen, I have had someone come and visit me this last week. I think you all know Tucker Lovett. And he came and he was selling ads for the high school annual. I'm not sure how this has been handled in the past, but they have ads for sale. An eighth of a page is $50, a quarter page is $75, a half page is $150, and a full page is $300. I would like to ask if you would be interested in the fiscal court putting an ad in the county, the Marshall County High School Annual.
I
Something we
don't
would've
believe we
done.
have, we may have many, many years ago, but we haven't in a good while.
I didn't know how that was, and I told Tucker I didn't really know, but I personally am going to put a eighth ad, and I would like to ask y'all if you would like to give me a message to give to Tucker, if you would like to put anything on your own behalf, not through the court.
Well, I'm not sure that we wouldn't be able to do something through the court, but if it's, what was, you said, what is it, 300?
A half
or
a page is
full page?
150, a
Half page.
whole page is 300.
Like a half page. Right. That would be way out of line in the high school yearbook.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
All
I'd
right.
move that we put in a half-page ad for the Marshall County Fiscal Court in the high school yearbook.
All right, is there a second? Second. There is a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Just
I
gonna
would
ident-
again like to ask you if you would like to do an eighth of a page, just personally, it is just $50. They might be able to line that up on the same page with a half a page. Okay, the next thing on our agenda is some good news. We love good news. This is from the Transportation Cabinet, from Michael Hancock, Secretary. Dear Judge Miller, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has prepared the enclosed agreement whereby the Cabinet will provide up to $225,000 in reimbursable state funds to Marshall County to resurface Tom Prather Church Road, CR 1275, and Sharkow Road, CR 1392. Please see the agreement for more details. Marshall County will be responsible for any eligible cost and cost in excess of $225,000 for this project. We request that you sign both copies of this agreement and a resolution as requested in Section 26. Please return the signed copies of the agreement and the resolution, and upon receipt, they will execute the agreement and authorize funding for the project. One fully executed copy will be returned to the county for your use and retention. I now have a resolution that I would like to read on this. Resolution, Fiscal Court of Marshall County, resolution adopting and approving the execution of a memorandum of agreement between the Marshall County Fiscal Court and Commonwealth of Kentucky. Transportation Cabinet, Department of Highways, in the amount of $225,000 for resurfacing Tom Prather Church Road, CR 1275, and a portion of Sharkow Road, CR 1392. And be it resolved by the Fiscal Court that the Fiscal Court does hereby ratify and adopt all statements, representations, warranties, covenants, and agreements contained in said agreement, and does hereby accept the funds provided in said agreement, and by such acceptance agrees to all the terms and conditions therein stated. And the Judge Executive of the county is hereby authorized and directed to sign said agreement as set forth on behalf of the Fiscal Court of Marshall County, and the Fiscal Court Clerk of Marshall County is hereby authorized and directed to certify thereto. Commonwealth of, that signed Cheryl Miller, County Judge Executive, Commonwealth of Kentucky, Marshall County. I don't need to round it up. And let me give you the information. The following roads will be resurfaced by these points. Tom Prather Church Road, CR 1275, from Kentucky 58, extending southerly to the Callaway County line for approximately 2.73 miles. Sharkow Road, CR 1392, from Little Cypress Road, extending southwesterly to US 62 for approximately 1.06 miles. So, I would entertain a motion now for you to approve the resolution on the paving of these two roads.
Make that motion, Judge.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I would, it's a little confusing on the Sharkow Road. It keeps referring to Sharkow Road. That's off of Sharkow Road, Little Cypress going to 62, that 1.06 miles, I believe it was. But that is not Sharkow Road. It's just coming off of Sharkow Road. Isn't that right, Lloyd?
Sharkow Road, it's starting now.
Okay, but it starts at Little Cypress to 62.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, does that help you then?
Yeah, I understood that. I understood that. I'd like to, I wish there was more money in the pot to Sharkow Road with several industries down there is in dire need of asphalt also.
Well, I will tell you that I
But
was
I'm tickled
able,
to death that,
Yeah.
as we call it, the suck money.
yeah, the last time that I found, when I found this was at our June meeting at the
Right.
judges and magistrates, and I advise you we're going up for the local issues conference, and I'm going to look for some more while I'm up
Right.
there. So I hope that we can find some more to enable us to get some more roads paved that we don't have already scheduled. At this time, then, I would call for a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Donnie, I've lost my. I think I gave it back. All right, now we're ready for the intra-fund transfer, Emily.
I need to move $150,000 from occupational tax administrator to the jail fund. This is budgeted subsidy.
All right, gentlemen. I will
Move that we
entertain a
make that
motion.
transfer.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, we need to go into executive session on personnel and property acquisition. I would entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So move, Judge.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
At J&R Pharmacy, you get the best of both worlds. A modern building and convenient location with all the latest technology. And prompt, friendly service, taking the time to answer your questions, and a commitment to your good health and customer satisfaction. If you enjoy all the benefits of a hometown pharmacy, you'll love J&R Pharmacy, featuring a drive-by window for added convenience. J&R Pharmacy, corner of 9th and Main in Benton.
Be able to do that, but.
Call the meeting,
Won't do anymore.
the regular session of the Marshall County Fiscal Court back to order. We had some personnel, we had some property issues to discuss. Jeff, if you will, give us
Right.
our information on the
There were a
property.
couple issues regarding some potential property acquisition that were discussed. And additionally, there is a 2-acre tract of property adjoining the park, the county park, that is, that was cut off from the farm across the, when Purchase Parkway was constructed, and the owners wished to convey that to the county for a total of $3,000. And I guess you would entertain a motion to,
All right, gentlemen, I think he wants me to entertain a motion to purchase
Move that we
this
purchase a
property.
property for $3,000 adjoining our county park.
All right, is there a second on that?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I've already
Is
got
that it,
first-
Jeff?
yep, that's all I.
Okay. All right, the next thing on the agenda.
First right of refusal on that, I got it.
With our new residential inspector and our expanded jurisdiction, we have need for an employee to administrate some of the responsibilities of that office in handing out permits, taking plans, working with the commercial, the electrical, and the residential inspector. We have found a current employee that we can hand those responsibilities to, that can handle them in a very competent way, who we are going to give a raise to increase his salary for these responsibilities. And at this time, I would like to entertain a motion to give these responsibilities to Casey Counts in the GIS office and to bump his salary by $2 an hour to help cover the responsibilities he is gaining.
So moved, Judge.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Was there anything to be discussed? Do I need to add anything to Jeff?
That will start September 1st.
That will be, yes, September 1st, and those funds will be, what should I say? Acquired through the expanded jurisdiction fees of 20% that come with the inspection fees paid by obtaining those permits. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So Casey Counts will now be our, what I would call Building Program Director. He will be available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 10 o'clock until 12 o'clock for accepting plans and deeds and blueprints, and he will also be there to hand out the permit applications. Is there
Might add, Judge, that once Casey is a great choice for the position simply because after the plans come through and he does those in those homes, new homes or additions come into the county, they automatically would go to his office anyway, and he registers them in the county records and so forth, just continuation of the process. So I think he'd be doing an excellent job.
He is, and I talked to him, and he's more than ready to accept it. His supervisor, Andy, is quite glad to let him be taking care of those. He is an ideal choice since he is located right here by the PVA, right here with the GIS, and I think he'll be a good addition to that program that we have finally got started now. Thank you. The next issue is, I have a request to the fiscal court, our ABC ordinance, our ABC responsibilities, which fall upon me as the non-requested but had to be, take the position as ABC administrator and commissioner, and/or commissioner. I find that I'm going to need some help with this. I have talked to the court about pulling a current employee in, having this employee take care of helping me get into the setting up of this once we get our ordinance in place and we have to start the licensing. I have talked to them. I have requested that this person is a current employee. She is employed now, and she's employed with Economic Development. She is our grant writer. Wendy Baxter has worked with Kentucky State bureaucracy for a long time. She's the one that we finally got our expanded jurisdiction agreements and ordinance finally okayed by the state. I think she's going to be very capable of helping me, and I definitely do need help. With all the things that the judge has to cover now, this is just a lot of additional. I want to have Wendy available to be able to help me, to help teach me. She's been studying it. So I would request the court that we increase the responsibilities of Wendy to the assistant ABC administrator. Okay. And that we give her a bump in salary of $2 an hour. I would also say that that reflects a pay incentive increase on what she has done through the past 4 years working on this expanded jurisdiction. And that she will work in this office. She will be basically hired by the fiscal court, but she will be answering to the administrator, and she will be answering also to Josh, who is the economic development. But she will be moving her office down to the lower level where she's easily accessible for the public wanting to come in and request license. So I would at this time entertain a motion.
Judge, I just want to clarify things, just so
Okay.
that it's in the record. Wendy will be remaining a fiscal court employee.
Yes.
You are just on a temporary basis until your successor takes office,
Which
requesting.
was the date, November 10th, that we were going to stick in there.
That's probably the certification date when they
Right.
will certify the winner of the special election on November 3rd. Correct.
You are just requesting the fiscal court. The fiscal court's not hiring her to do this. You are requesting her to be able to do this in addition to her fiscal court duties in your office with funds that are already available to you to serve at your pleasure until your successor takes office. And that would be, those funds that you would be paying her with would be reimbursable when the alcohol money starts coming in,
Thank you.
if that makes sense.
You said that so well. And I had that in my mind, but it wasn't quite coming out.
So moved.
All right, you don't want to repeat it?
I'll be good.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion
That
carries.
is effective September 1.
That, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you, Johnny.
Thank you, September 1. I will tell you that she's already been meeting with people. She's been attending other ordinance meetings on ABC. So we do have someone that's getting quite into the midst of it and going to be able to help us. I think she'll be able to explain to you all a lot of the things that we still have questions on.
That's from September 1 till November 10th?
That's till November 10th, and at that time, I'm assuming that will be up to the next judge that comes in if they want to retain her into those duties. And the fiscal court will be called upon to address that at that time. Are there any more questions? All right. I believe that's all we had.
We need
I mean,
Open-
on the closed session, there
Okay.
was no other okay. Yeah, we need, I think Russell has something to request.
We've got it in our budget where we was going to purchase another one-ton truck for this year, and I'd like to get permission to advertise for that.
So moved.
Second.
Is there a second? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Russell, gonna have a new truck.
And we need to be trying to get a contract signed for our salt.
Jeff, have you worked on that agreement yet between the cities and us? Okay, we need to get that then, by the next meeting, bring it in and
Okay.
present it.
The two cities know their numbers already.
Okay.
And so they knew that a couple of months ago, so it's going to add it to ours.
All right, was there anything else, Russell? And I think the only thing left, unless y'all have something
Emily.
else.
We need to open an account for the new building inspection,
All right, sir,
expanded jurisdiction.
all right, gentlemen, we do need to open account for the expanded jurisdiction account that will be having the fees that come in from the permits that we will be also taking care of, our residential inspector and our program board, or building program director. I would entertain a motion to let Emily go open that account.
Second.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I don't think so.
I need to entertain a motion to approve payment of the bills.
Move to pay the bills,
All
Judge.
right, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I think our next meeting will be on September the 8th. And then we have a follow-up meeting on our workshop on September 10th. Make everyone aware of that.
Is that of 2015, that September 10th meeting,
Let's
2016?
make it 2016, and then
Okay.
maybe I won't have to be here. No, it's 2015. All right, at this time, if that's everything, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry,
moved.
wait.
Supposed to bring that up about the request for a night meeting and
Oh,
y'all.
okay. Commissioner Boland has had a request from a few people, I'm not sure how many, 3 or 4, something like that, but anyway, they're very adamant that they would like to have a nighttime meeting on the September 10th, third workshop.
So that the people working can attend.
People
That's
that
what
are
they told
working
me.
days would like to have an opportunity to attend. Are any, does anyone have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's,
It's going to be larger, I am quite sure.
you know, we
If-
we gave each and every person here yesterday, seems like longer than that, but yesterday, a chance that wanted to speak, and I understand that some people work, but I don't know how much more comment we're going to take from the general public, and before we act, we need to, it's my feeling that we need to discuss this amongst ourselves. We've basically heard, from what I have digested and tried to digest some of the things that I've heard, and the main points that are concerned to both the yes and the no side. So I feel adequately educated to make a decision. I think we need to spend our time. We were good listeners yesterday. I think we need to spend our time discussing amongst ourselves and with this timetable that we have to.
I mean, I wouldn't have any trouble with it, but it would have to be limited comments. I mean,
Well,
they-
it would,
they need to
especially with it being at
understand
night,
I mean,
and-
they'd have to understand that they need to have a couple of people to pro and con or, ready to give their sides, and that'd be, that would be it. It wouldn't bother me to have a night meeting. It just,
I mean, I'll just add my 2 cents in. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other, whether it's nighttime or daytime. But going along with what Commissioner Gold just said, and Commissioner Cox for that matter, this meeting needs to be basically our last workshop,
yes.
where when we leave and when I can go back down the hill, I can plug in,
it needs to be a productive meeting. It doesn't need to be a discussion
I can
only.
plug in what the final decisions are gonna be, and then we can be ready for our final reading.
We've heard from the leaders of those two groups and the organized leaders of those two well-organized groups, and,
That's fine with me also. The main one that complained to me just said, there wasn't nobody there but retirees, old people, we need some young people there.
Johnny, if you could go back to them, or Commissioner Boland, I'm sorry, and ask them, you couldn't make it to the meeting. If you have something to say, how about writing us a letter? Sending us an email. We'll be glad to read them. I'm with Jason. I think
have.
we're getting to a point, pardon?
and have read them
Yeah,
and received them.
yes. So, if they really do want to give us their opinion, please ask them
I will.
to take that method. I'd be glad to read those letters and put them in the files with the rest of our correspondence and our information. So,
Heard enough yesterday.
I think at this point, we're to the point where we're going to have to put ourselves out there and make some decisions. Hopefully, we'll have the tax figure available to put in at that time. We can,
I'll have it ready by the 10th.
okay, all right. All right, then we'll leave it as it is at this time, and at this time, have I entertained a motion to adjourn?
And
I
that,
did.
or one has
We
been
haven't
made.
voted.
One has been made, not seconded.
Oh, wait a minute, did we approve the
Did you
bills?
approve
We
the
paid
Yeah,
the
we
bills.
approved the bill.
I thought we did. Okay.
I'm still writing.
Okay, so, all
Yes.
those in favor of adjourning, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.